Hey there everyone, it's Bob Martin, the RCSubGuy with the Nautilus Dry Docks. I'm here with Logan Martin and Jason Butterfield. We're the dynamic team who brings you the Nautilus Dry Docks every day, and by popular request, we're going to try something a little different here today. It's going to be RCSubGuy and team reacts to RC submarines on YouTube. All right, first video, let's get started. And this guy's from BC, my old stomping grounds. And this is the footage taken right from the actual unit. And this little grabber thing is like an add-on.
He's named it the Zoidberg. That's kind of awesome.
That's so cool. I've never seen it, and I haven't owned one of these. I know Steve Hodges, one of my good friends, owns one of these.
That thing covered up some amazing footage too.
Yeah. The one thing I'll note is, man, that water clarity is awesome.
The positioning in the bottom left is also super interesting.
So just as a note for everyone, and there's going to be a couple of videos that shows underwater video. Typically you do not see water clarity like this. Like 99% of the time, this is not what you're going to get. And this is salt water. You cannot wirelessly run a submarine or transmit video in salt water. So this is something that a commercial drone is really well suited for. His mission here was to try and pick up garbage.
It's amazing to be able to pick that up without breaking that bottle.
Well, I don't know how strong that claw is. I don't think it's like a gigantic hydraulic press or anything. Oh! Oh! Lost it. I don't think he's going to get that one back. And then I don't even know what that is. You know what that looks like? I think it kind of looks like a filter for a shop vac.
Yeah, it's like some kind of air filter or something.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's so corroded that just grabbing it, it's falling to pieces.
50 feet, wow.
Yeah, kudos for him for cleaning up the ocean. That's kind of a cool pastime. Look how fast it is. I mean, we've driven a lot of RC submarines. We've built a lot of RC submarines. They don't typically move this fast. Now, if I remember correctly, these things go for like $2,500 or something like that, which, I mean, is on par with scale, you know, like hobby submarines. Yeah, it's a lot harder than it looks, I think.
Well, you just said the current's pushing them around.
Yeah. You know, the other thing that he's got going for him, the bottom here is sandy, but it's coarse sand, more like rocky sand. If it was silt, the thrusters would be kicking up a big cloud.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see anything.
And then you wouldn't be able to see anything. Really cool stuff. Well, there you go. A little day's worth of work for cleaning the bottom there. I would love one of these things. All right, let's...
Oh, look.
let's jump on to the next one, and that kudos for this. This is from a guy called RC Studio. He's got 3.6 million subscribers. If you guys are interested in finding his videos. All right, next. So this is from Essential RC. These guys, they do a lot of stuff over in the UK, and a lot of the videos that they feature get a ton of hits. Essential RC's got 691,000 subscribers. This has over 10 million views.
I've seen a couple of these guys. I think they had, this is the one where I was talking about the Seehund.
It could be. That could be. So that's a German Type 23, and You know, I'm going to guess that that might be an old 32nd parallel kit, just from the wavy side part of it. It looks like it's probably that styrene vacuum formed kit. A little unstable in the water. I think you could do with a little more ballast, a little more foam.
Quick little thing.
Yeah, it gets up and moves. I like it. There's Sea Hound in the background. Yeah, it must be the same one. So you notice that that boat's heeling over to the port there. At those low speeds, it really shouldn't be doing that. You should have a little bit more static stability than that in an ideal situation. So more weight in the keel and more foam up top here. But I was more interested in, that looks like maybe a Type 7 going right there. He's got some trim issues a little bit. He's pointing up into the sky. Those poor sailors would be rolling down the hallway of the boat. Oh, that's not a Type 7. Oh, there we go. All right, so he's loading up his torpedo in the Type 23 there. He's got nice level trim.
Direct hit.
Boom. That was actually super impressive. So those look to be battery powered torpedoes to me. You know, with an electric motor. That's going to be 32nd scale. So those torpedoes are probably what, like 8 inches long or something, and like 3/4 of an inch in diameter, roughly. I don't remember. I've got a bunch in the back.
They're definitely not gas powered. The ones we used that were gas powered were crazy. Once you fired them, it's anyone's guess as to where they go.
These are running
Hitting a miss.
nice and straight and true. He's got those working really, really good. I'm impressed. Working torpedoes are super tricky to get working perfectly every time. Oh, I think that one might have squeezed off by accident. That one slipped through his fingers, I think. Of course, the tricky part, too, is after you fire the torpedo, you've got to recover them. So you need some form of a torpedo recovery vehicle. Oh, it's still going. Did a lap in the pool. Oh, you just like shove it right back in there. All right, let's do it. Bonk, right on the rudder.
It's actually pretty impressive.
That was super impressive. And you know what's most impressive about that is it was not breaching the surface. It was running just under. Super cool. I'm jealous. I like it. I've played with torpedoes, but not enough to... look at that thing still going. I've developed a reliable system that I would want to put in my boat. Have to take another stab at it. All right, yeah, if you want more of that, Essential RC, the channel. This one was forwarded to me. This guy built a submarine out of Legos. So that's just a syringe, and like, this is all stuff you get from Lego. I'm super impressed. Now, he took it like a way step further, so he's got like Arduino control. This channel is called the Brick Experiment channel with 2.6 million subscribers. And this video's got 2.7 million views. And this just goes into him, you know, building everything, kind of how he did it. So he's got a little thruster, a little side thruster there for, so he's got no rudder, it's like a thruster. And then this is all just beyond my scope of expertise, the actual drive system. Oh, look at him stealing stuff out of a toy.
Smart.
Yeah. Oh, he stole the radio gear. Oh, I gotcha. That's the transmitter and the receiver. There you go. Super impressive. So you take a look here. I believe he's using a pressure sensor to control the depth. And then he's also got a laser that gives it its depth off the bottom. So yeah, the idea, it's interesting. If I've read this correctly, this is obviously in fast forward. The lasers don't propagate through water very well. They're only good to like 30 centimeters or something like that.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I mean, good for him for coming up with something unique like this. And then he throws it in the water and takes it for a little drive, which looks like a long drive to me. 200 meters. That would be a long way. But back to this laser thing. So the idea, you see this laser readout here. So it's showing depth from the bottom. So if I remember when I was reading through this, laser won't reflect off the surface of the water, because ideally that's what you would want, right? The laser would be able to find the surface and then keep the boat at a constant depth. Whereas if it's reading off the bottom, it'll keep it a certain distance from the bottom, which could get super scary if you're in like a quarry and it's like 400 feet deep. it would just go straight down following the bottom. I love the pressure sensor for the depth, which is probably most applicable for like the scale model hobby. But kudos to him for trying the lasers. I know it kind of worked, but mostly didn't. Big shout out. That's awesome. All right, what do we got here? Oh, this is just a collection of different boats from Modelbau Live. I'm assuming this is in Germany. You guys saw the link where this is getting from. 1.3 million views. Subwater Film is the channel name. So this is kind of an ideal situation, right? Giant pool. Oh, look at this. Oh, did he hit or did he miss? Wait, I gotta see. Was that a hit or a miss? Oh, that was a miss. Barely. So it looks like a big 214, and that's an Akula. Obviously in different scales, because the Akula is a big boat in real life.
Pretty maneuverable there, too.
Yeah, take a look. I think his stern planes are oversized. This looks to be like a standoff scale boat. It's not perfectly scale, perfectly accurate, but from a fun perspective, this is kind of what you want to do. Yeah, that's a 214, pretty sure. And he's got his antenna sticking up too. That's kind of a cool idea. So it is a low frequency boat, but he's got it sticking up.
That's slow motion.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Full speed at the end. Yeah, the Akula, the Alpha, I mean, those Russian boats were no joke. If I remember correctly, and obviously somebody here is going to correct me if I'm incorrect, the subs were so fast they would outrun torpedoes. So there was no way to hit them if they knew you were coming.
It's just popping barrels.
Yeah, and it's the other interesting thing about this, you'll notice it's banking into the turns. That's not typical for these submarines with the very rounded, fared-in sails. When you take a look at some of these other boats with the big flat sails on the top, when you turn, you get something called sail-induced roll, and it heels over. Oh, it heels over. Now that is what happens with sail-induced roll. Your rudder turns into a dive plane, and then you really have to get creative. Yeah, but anyhow, sail-induced roll, and typically it's with big, tall, flat-sided sails. Like the Upholder is a perfect example of that. But you don't usually see it with this, but obviously it's happening because it's so incredibly fast that it doesn't even matter.
Let's see that thing at full speed.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be at the end here. Here's a Type 7. Looks like a 7C. You know, I'm wondering... I wonder if that is the ARC model kit. I think I recognize that flag with the missing swastika in it. Could be wrong. Again, I'm sure somebody is going to correct me. Oh, that is the ARC model. Look at the seam right there. Oh, all the sailors roll back into the engine room. Oh, how come it's all healed over like that? Typically, you don't see like torque-induced roll in a double screw submarine because they counteract each other. I like it. You did a good job. Oh, he's got a flashing light in the back there. That'd help you keep track of it, hey?
Yeah.
All right, what do we got going on? Oh, here we go, full speed.
Wow.
Whoa.
I wouldn't believe it if the water rippling effects at the top were true.
Yeah, that would be a challenge for reflexes. Very cool. I like it. All right. Oh, here's another torpedo video.
Okay,
Now
this one's gas propelled.
This is a gas, yeah. So this is another one from Essential RC. And you notice he's got canted fins. Now, this is something I don't subscribe to that school. I've messed around with gas-powered torpedoes a whole bunch. And people will twist the torpedo fins to impart a spin. And the idea being it will, rifle through the water and it'll run straighter. That's the idea, all right? In practical application, when these things lose the liquid air inside, they become more positively buoyant, they breach the surface, and then what happens is the rear fins come out of the water partially, so only the fins on the bottom are digging into the water, and the ones on top are in the air. So what actually happens, those fins turn into a rudder, and it makes a curve. The torpedoes will curve. So I've had good luck with straight fins. I wouldn't twist them like that. All right, let's see what these things actually do. So that's skipjack. Looks like 72nd scale. Probably a Mobius kit. If I remember correctly, he's dumping his ballast right now. Forward up a little bit. Yep, there you go. Yeah, it looks like his stern's a little high. It's not perfect trim, but it's pretty good. All right, let's see here. Oh, yep. That's kind of what happens more often than not. You can see it bubbling. Yeah, and then it sits there floating with the tip up. So, yeah, gas-powered torpedoes, when they work, are probably the coolest because they leave that string of bubbles behind. But the trick is reliability. It's just, they're the most unreliable weapons out there. And here's one, I think we'll just end with this one here. Onboard camera. Man, how many times do we get people like, I need video camera on my submarine?
All the time.
And don't get me wrong, like, this is cool. Oh, it looks like the wife's going to drive. That's cool. In practical application, though, this is what you're going to see most of the time. And it's a cool it's a cool thing. I actually prefer to mount it behind the sail so that you see the sail in the shot. And I've got some video on my channel that shows that. But if we shoot ahead here a little bit to the diving, here we go. So he's flooding his tanks. And this water's super clear, by the way. Diving, diving, diving. This is what you see. Water. Lots of water. And little particles floating past the camera. So everybody has this, like, you know, overt desire to have video on their submarine. Wireless won't work, by the way. As soon as you submerge, you're going to lose your signal because wireless cameras transmit at really high frequency, and really high frequency doesn't penetrate water at all. This is obviously recorded on board, which is what I prefer to do. But this is what you see. It's not like you're going to be like steering around anything under the water. If you're in a swimming pool, maybe a different situation, right? But for any seriously sized boat, you know, operating in a normal body of water, this isn't actually an ideal circumstance. Some ponds that I run in, I couldn't even see the nose of the boat.
Even in this case, you can't even see the wall when it's just right there.
Yeah, he's like literally what, like 2 feet away from the wall of the pond there. Oh, he's like literally on it. So, dubious benefit to putting a camera on the submarine, and honestly, it's a bit of a pain. You know, an external mounted one, yeah, that'd work just fine. But you know, when you start embedding them inside and stuff like that, then let me stop this. Probably not worth it. There you go. This is a test video. If you like this, you know, RCSubGuy reacts idea with my guest stars here, let me know in the comments. And if you find a video that you'd like us to talk and comment about, put it in the link as well. You can always send me an email anytime to bob@nautilusdrydocs.com. But there you go. That was our first attempt. Hope you enjoyed it. We had fun doing this rather than working. So we'll see if this turns into a thing or not. With that, we will let you go. It's Bob Martin, the RCSubGuy with the nautilusdrydocs.com. We got Logan, the RCSubKid, and Jason, the other guy. Our shop manager here at the Dry Docks. We'll let you go. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.